everybody. Welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 156. I'm going to say 6. 156?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. I'm Casey. What's up? We have Guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Liza.
What's up?
Patient, I think.
I'm here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
He has not
said
had his
anything
microphone
so
on for the entire preparation for this, so I have no idea whether he was actually here or not. And Kenchua.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618, and I just did some serious next level adulting.
Okay. There are jokes that I could make, but I have not eaten in a while, so apparently this is where the podcast is going. But Ken, how's your sex life, apparently, is what we're talking about now, so...
That is not what we're talking about. That's not adulting.
I zoned out to read comments on the last episode for 15 seconds and come back to this? What the fuck?
He said he was doing some next-level adulting, and that's...
Oh, yeah, that's... Yeah.
Where else was I supposed to go with that?
No, I
know.
get it. That makes sense.
You people. That is not what that means. At least not in this case. Also, having sex is not necessarily an adult thing to do.
It better be an adult thing to do.
I don't know, how old is 15 or 16?
Ken?
Yes?
There's this common metaphor that you might have heard of. It's called, digging yourself into a hole.
Yes?
Let's leave that hole at about, let's say, a foot or two and just move on and talk about something else, shall we?
You can't carry anything in a hole that's 1 or 2 feet deep. It needs to be 6 feet.
If you want it to be 6 feet deep, keep talking. So, this podcast started weird. Okay, so what have we been doing? Let's not start with Ken. Guy, you're conveniently not Ken. What have you been doing for this week?
Well, you see, I just don't really know how this podcast works, so you really caught me off guard here. It's really like my first time learning about what's going on here. Really, I think you need to explain it to me again.
You know, you can mute him, right?
I can. But he would like that.
Yes, I would, actually. I would say this officer. I mean, why do we go through this? I mean, you know, probably nothing's happened, and if something did happen, I probably wouldn't want to share it anyways.
Did you watch anything, read anything, play anything that you found enjoyable? Did you experience anything that was cool?
Did you breathe air and drink water? For starters. Let's start with that.
Maybe, hard to tell. What have I been doing? I've posted something on my story. I've been having lots of computer troubles, and yeah, I think that covers it.
What's the computer trouble? Like, did your hard drive explode, or what?
No, actually, my computer keeps on crashing for some reason. I haven't quite figured out why. But I'm getting 100% disk usage.
Have you run a scan?
Yep, several. Yeah, right now I've been disabling programs. I've been disabling Search and Superfetch and just trying to shut down Windows functions to see what's causing it.
Well, the obvious solution would be open Task Manager and see what program is using 100% of your disk.
Well, yeah, of course, with some programs. So host processor, server sort network service. Can't really tell any more than that. It shouldn't be crashing out how it is. It's only started doing it in the last 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
How often is it crashing? Because I might have a solution for you.
It's like every 40 minutes or so, but it's quite irregular, which is really annoying.
You might... Okay, try to find a program called Combo Fix, and if you can get that to scan all the way, it might fix it.
Right,
okay. God, do not touch your computer while that's running. That's the nuclear option of fixing all problems.
Right. Well, I think it's probably something to do with... It's happened when I moved up to Windows 10, to be honest. It's
Oh,
having lots of problems
yeah.
with that one.
I've learned to just don't ever upgrade to Windows 10. Just start fresh with Windows 10.
Yeah, it probably would have been easier, actually.
I mean, I upgraded to Windows 10 and it was fine, but whatever.
You're the lucky one. Almost everyone I talk to that's upgraded has had issues.
I mean, when I upgraded, I was getting loads of driver issues. I had to actually go into the registry to shut down the pod, and I was just thinking, how could like a normal person do this? The types of issues that I was getting of it was ridiculous. Some of the things that kept on coming up. I actually had to go through registry functions and delete them and update them manually. Ugh. Oh yes, what's... Oh yeah, I won't be on the podcast for the next 3 weeks. I'm going home for Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope it's a good trip for you.
Oh, it won't be.
Even though you hate your family and stuff. You know.
It's going to be a bad Christmas. It really is. It's... well, my dad's retired recently, and since he's retired, he's gone downhill a little bit. He's started drinking a lot.
Oh dear.
Oh, fun.
It's really, really not. So,
That was the sarcasm, yes.
Yeah, it's not going to be a nice Christmas for me.
And you have to go home? I don't understand this with people's families who they don't like. Why? Why go?
No, my dad's suffering from depression. I've kind of got to be there for him.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. That's my Christmas, okay?
Fair play.
I'm bummed out now.
Alright, let's bite the
It's
bullet.
better when I don't actually go there, isn't it? You don't want to know my problems, really.
No, it's
Ugh.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it's better you talked about it, honestly. I mean, it's content. I'm invested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biting the bullet, Kenshi. Tell us about these 16-year-olds that you've been having sex with, apparently.
That is,
What
not
the
what,
fuck?
that is not what that entire sequence of comments that I made meant. Screw you. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you guys anymore. Fuck you guys.
I'm not judging. It's legal in this country, at least. And I don't know your state legislature on that whole situation.
You know
Depends
what?
what age Kenshi is.
Screw you guys. This is not about that. What this is
Okay.
about is that my offer for a house was accepted. So fuck you.
Woo!
Get in the house, you punk ass bitches.
So it has a backyard, and it's gonna have a wrestling ring, isn't it?
You're goddamn right it is, 'cause I can afford it, and I'm pretty sure I can have money left over to get these things, and then have money left over.
So you're getting a mortgage, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, just checking, because otherwise you were doing a lot better for yourself than I thought you were, to be honest.
Yeah, I wish.
Fair play, congrats.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Nice house, I assume?
I believe so. I will take pictures of it eventually and send it, or let you guys see it. Because
Us only, and not just... Those are pictures that I won't be posting on the fucking link dump.
Yeah, I don't need people trying to find my house and do
I
stuff.
was gonna say, I mean, depending on how open you were about it, you could outright have a tour video on the channel.
Could do that. I might do that. We'll see about that. It'll be hella empty though.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just moved in, so
Well, I haven't moved in yet. Matter of fact, I won't move in for at least 45 days.
wow.
Yeah, there's some
Wow.
things happening before I can get before closing can be done. So,
Fair play.
all right.
Sorry, so...
Other than that, what else happened? Oh yeah, my dad shot a bear cub.
Oh!
Yeah.
No, not aw. Fuck those things.
But
Kill
it's cute and cuddly and small. And then it gets big and badass. And you should have raised that shit.
Yeah, he shot it, and then I came home, And there's like a table at the side of our house where he does like his preparation for the stuff. So I come home and there's a fucking black bear on this table. Like its guts cut open and strewn out while he's taking all the organs. Stand there behind him just staring at this bear for like 2 minutes. This is my present. And then he turns around and he just like got the big old proud smile on his face and like, look what I killed. I'm like, yeah, you killed a cub.
You killed a baby. Congratulations. Oh.
Yeah, this is how hunting works. If you kill a baby animal, like a deer with spots, that person is gonna get shit from everyone else in the hunting group forever.
Yeah. Pretty much. Like, I don't care that he killed something. I do it all the time myself. But it was a baby bear. I don't care that he killed the baby bear, but he was proud of it. Like, if he'd have just been like, yeah, I shot this. But then he was like, yeah, I shot this. Yeah. Look what I got. Like, so yeah. Now the skin is like in a freezer. The fur is in a freezer somewhere in the basement. He's going to do something with it later. He froze it, so.
I'll make a cape out of that. A small cape, granted, but
Like a half cape, maybe, if you can make that much. I don't know we'll be able to.
I mean,
but...
I'm gonna see if he'll give it to me as a gift for my home.
Yeah, you could make like a shower rug or something, maybe.
Or I like your cape idea.
Again, that would depend entirely on how much there is. So
you could make a small cloak and wear it for like your wrestling intro.
That sounds amazing. And I can like have my face and I can like have my head in the head, like, you know.
Well, then people will know it's a baby bear, so maybe not that.
That could be your wrestling name.
That's not a cool wrestling name.
Didn't say it was.
Alright, in addition to the hapless slaughtering of woodland creatures,
Is a bear really a woodland creature?
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, he shot this in the woods, so as far as I'm concerned, it's a woodland creature.
Fair play.
Well, so I had something right in mind. Oh yeah, I changed the PlayStation.
You change what?
The hard drive.
Oh, okay.
2 terabytes.
More space. Oh, you suck. Mine's got almost nothing.
It's really not that hard to change.
Did you have a PlayStation 3 or a PS4?
PS4.
Okay, yeah, I only have a 3, so yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could safely tell you how to take the top off that thing, but I still don't know. I don't trust the process to take the top off PlayStation 3, so it never got upgraded. But the 4 is easy. So yeah, I did that whole thing in like 20 minutes. But then reinstalling all the games was a bitch.
You didn't get a transfer cable? I mean...
No, I did not.
Oh, that's so much easier. It takes like 5 minutes, and everything's transferred over.
Well, Slicer, that's not what I did.
I think UFC is still only like 7% into installing on my PS4.
UFC?
Jesus.
Yeah, UFC?
Hmm?
What did you get?
I bought UFC months ago. Could have sworn I talked about it at the time.
I think you might have. I don't know.
I talked about it saying I did some of the training stuff because that was all you could do while it was installing. And after doing like an hour and a half of that, I went back to check how far it had installed and it was like 7%. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no. And just never went back to it.
Huh. Give me your PlayStation tag so I can...
No.
Well, if he's not going to install it, then you knowing that wouldn't matter. Also, I assumed you guys had already traded information.
Also, we are already friends on PlayStation Network.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. Maybe because you're never on.
Probably. Yeah.
Whatever.
Actually, again, I was on for several months straight because I had the PS Vita on for that long. and never touched it. I should really get back into like PlayStation gaming. Yeah, that's the thing I should do.
That would be nice.
I would say just kind of console gaming in general. I mean, I've been trying to get back into it with Overwatch and stuff like that.
Yeah, but all of the good games are on PC anyway, and that's why would I bother? So you should know about this now. You have a good computer.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ken?
Alright, so I'm going to try and get Final Fantasy.
Cool.
Hope it's better. I don't know yet. We'll see.
It looked better than 13 did, which is a step in the right direction.
And that's not saying much, but yeah.
It looked, perfectly honest, it looked kind of like Dragon Age Inquisition.
Well, I'll give it a shot, and I'll keep you guys post thoughts and concerns and opinions.
Okay.
And I think that's all I got.
Alright then. XP. Alright. Slicer, what have you been doing?
Yesterday I learned that all of my ceramic stuff was done with its first firing, and all of it survived, thankfully. The bad thing is actually my actual project, which was two like large bracer forearm guard things with two blades on the knuckles. One of them had one of the blades snap off, and that was the worst thing that happened to me.
Oh.
My friend in the class, on the other hand, his project snapped in half. And this is like, it's about 24 inches across and 12 inches the other way. It's this rectangular plaque with stuff on it. And so, yeah, that snapped. We have this one Spanish woman in our class that makes really good stuff, and all of her stuff fell apart because it was really a lot of delicate stuff. So that sucks. That really sucked. Mostly successful though, so that was good. I don't want anyone in my class to fail, mostly because we're down to the people that I actually like instead of just the whiners that left early.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of that. It's an art class, so it's to be expected.
Every time you talk about it, it's just fucking ghost things stuck in my head every time. Like an Unchained Melody, just over and over again on repeat in my head.
What?
And this is a reference that still no one gets. Someone in the comments, please tell me you actually get this reference. It's been referenced in like thousands of comedy films. Makes me sad.
Right. Wait, are you talking Ghostbusters? The ghost pottery thing?
That was one of said references, yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what else. I got Far Cry 4, and once again, Pagan Min is the best character in that game. I wish I could join his faction. It would have been so much better.
They never did release that DLC, did they?
Which one?
The one that we wished for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This time, I originally played it on the Xbox One when it roughly first came out. And I joined Saval because initially his first few quests are like, okay, this guy is sensible and not fucking insane stupid. And yeah, he turns insane stupid eventually, but at first he's the sensible option. So this time when I played it, I joined Amita, and nothing is different. Yeah, yeah. Eventually she turns sensible, so it's kind of like the flip side of Sabal, but it's still bad. She's still stupid.
They're all stupid.
Yeah. I don't know why they can't just have you head the faction.
Everyone sucks except Pagan Min. He's cool.
Uh-huh. And Badra. I don't know. I like her. She's nice.
Yeah. Sucks what happens to her no matter who wins, though.
Yeah. I don't know what happens on Amita's side, so keep that to yourself. But
I'm going to take a stab in the dark because it's an Ubisoft game and say it's the exact same thing that happens on the other side.
Probably. That, or she just gets forgotten about. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see. What else? Recently learned my girlfriend is trying to watch all of the X-Men movies, so we're deciding on which one she should actually watch.
Well, that's actually kind of easy. One to the First Class, is it? Then Days of Future Past, and that's pretty much it.
Harsh, but true. Yeah. I was filling around on what happened in X-Men Origins, because honestly that movie can be summed up in like 2 minutes. It's like...
That movie can be summed up as well.
As what? You got cut off there.
It was very appropriate, but yeah.
That movie is basically summed up as, and you should like Wolverine.
Okay, I'm starting to think it's intentional and he's just making a joke, but, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's the entire movie was pointless. He gets shot. Great.
Yeah. And Deadpool has his mouth stitched shut because that's...
That was not Deadpool. Shut your goddamn mouth.
That's what brings in the money, children. No talky Deadpool.
Yeah. Also, I take back what I said. You should watch The Last Stand just for Vinnie Jones's Juggernaut. That's literally the only reason.
That's okay. That's fair. Yeah.
Because he's the Juggernaut, bitch. Is
Yeah.
why.
To save you
You can just
time.
watch clips.
Yeah,
You can
but
watch
to
clips.
save you time. Just watch clips of his scenes.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
I'm sure somebody's put the compilation together, so... Yeah. Let's see. Far Cry 4, Ceramics. I don't think I've actually done anything else. That's been about it. I've been, oh, right. On Tuesday, I slept for 14 straight hours, so that was a thing.
My man.
Of course, from Saturday to Sunday, I slept 1 hour on Sunday afternoon. And Sunday to Monday, I slept for 4 hours from like 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. And that was it. That was the extent of my sleep for that period. So it was warranted.
Sounds familiar. Yep.
Yeah.
It sounds like a hot way to live.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not.
I know it's not.
I would have got more sleep on Monday morning / Sunday night, but for some reason I was wide awake for that entire 24-hour period, or whatever, however long it was. I don't know why. It wasn't like I was energized too. It wasn't just like Walking Dead awakeness. So yeah, when that crashed, I crashed hard. So fun. And that was pretty much my week. It's been a lot of not sleeping and then sleeping and playing video games.
Okay. Fair enough. I was going to have Patient go next, but I can actually segue pretty neatly into how my week went with the whole lack of sleep thing. So, I can't remember whether it was a week ago or a couple weeks ago when I was supposed to be recording stuff with just about everybody at various times. And then at the last minute they would say, oh, sorry, I can't record, or they would just not show up. And I was getting increasingly pissed off because I would have to cut my sleep schedule just to wake up so that I could do the recording.
Yeah. In my defense, I did intend to record because I was still feeling energized when I said that.
Yeah, I know.
And then I was down.
Yeah, we did check beforehand, the day before, and you said you were okay, and then you got up, and then you were sick, and that's... Yeah, there's not much you can do about that, that's fair. Zero just not showing up on Monday was not quite so fair, so...
No, why does he keep doing that?
I don't know.
Does he not have Skype on his phone or something? Just say, I'm not there. Anything.
Whatever. So yeah, that happened, and I probably got sick as a result of it. You might have noticed that I have been clearing my throat every 30 seconds. Hopefully that buys me a minute. Aside from that, I was supposed to have a blood test on Monday, and that didn't happen. Because At some point, I lost the blood test requisition form from my doctor, so I had to get a new one, and they said, oh, your address is different. Don't worry, we can change that when you come down and pick up your form. And I'm like, okay, pick up the form, get my address changed. On Monday, I go to the blood test clinic, and they say, oh, your address doesn't match what's on this form, because it still had my old address on it. And they're like, okay, they're just going to reject this, because your address is different, there's a security check, so yeah, there's no point in me doing the blood test.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to start that process all over again. To be clear, the blood test clinic is only open on Mondays.
What?
How's it only open on Mondays?
I don't know, because it's a local health center. And the one that's convenient for me to get to. So yeah. Now I have to set up another appointment, get another blood test requisition form from my doctor, and start the whole process again. Yay! I love the NHS. It's so great and wonderful.
Yay. I'm sorry, I thought we were just randomly cheering.
Yeah, we pretty much are. Aside from that, there's a show that people have been talking about for a while on this podcast. It's a Netflix show called BoJack Horseman. Maybe you've heard about it in the podcast for the past like 6 weeks or so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's a pretty good show.
Damn right it is.
Yeah, it's very bitter comedy.
Depressing as fuck.
Yeah. Don't spoil me because I'm only like halfway through the 3rd season, but yeah.
I haven't even seen the 3rd season, so you'd be spoiling me.
Ah, fair play. Yeah, so pretty depressing. It's funny, but it's depressing. Don't really know what else I could say about it. I mean, it's very, very cynical comedy, and that's... But it seems to be like all about show business and celebrities and that sort of thing. So if that is your bag, then go for it. If you're okay with cynical, bitter, offbeat comedy, then enjoy. It is probably... Most ready comparison I have is probably Curb Your Enthusiasm, things along those lines.
Yeah, it's about showbiz and what it can do to people, both child actors and regular actors alike. Mostly child actors, actually. That's a big theme in that one. And it does terrible things, and you'll see it in every aspect. It's bad. It's good. It's really good. Watch it, but...
So, who's your favorite character, Kate?
It is a toss-up between Mr. Peanut Butter
And?
Oh god, what's the name of the character? Bear with me 1 second.
Who is it?
That's interesting, actually, because on a rewatch, my friend actually said she hated Mr. Peanut Butter.
There we go. It's a toss-up between Mr. Peanut Butter and esteemed character actress Margot Martindale. Because I find that funny that that's how they reference her every single time. Yeah, Mr. Peanut Butter's a good character. He's fun and, upbeat and just genuinely a nice guy. Stupid as fuck, but...
That's the problem. He's a nice person in a world of assholes.
I know, he's like the only ray of light in the dim, miserable, dark mulch of Hollywood. It's great.
No.
People around him don't want him to be happy.
Because everyone around him is so terrible, his attitude feels fake, plastic. It's ugh.
But it's not.
But it's not. But it feels that way. So I don't know. I don't know.
Also, his theme song is great. His ringtone, just fantastic.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so that's a good show. I've been enjoying. I had to take a break from it because, as I say, it is a bit depressing, and mainlining like 12, 24, 31 episodes in a row was probably a bit much to go for in just one go. That was probably a mistake, but good stuff. People should watch it.
Yeah, I'm all for binging series. Like, I do that routinely, but not with BoJack Horseman. For the love of God, at least take a break between seasons. Like, a few days to just watch something happy.
Sorry. I just remembered the game show. This is... Anyway, so yeah, that's a good show. What else have I done over the past week or so? However long that it's probably like a week, right, between episodes, something like that. I know there's other stuff, but I've forgotten what it was. Oh, no, I'll leave this another week. It's been like 6 weeks that I should have brought this up, and I still haven't, but this is something Zero would appreciate more than anyone else. So...
No, fair enough.
And I'm going to forget it next week, and then I'm going to bring it up the week after and say, oh, this is thing 0. And then...
Write it down somewhere. Write it down.
Aside from that... Oh, right. Remember how I'm sick? Kind of.
Yes.
Yesterday, watching the Uno the movie probably didn't help that. Yeah. So, Achievement Hunter released a Let's Play for Uno a couple weeks ago. The card game. It's on Xbox. It was pretty funny because that is a game of people screwing each other over all the time. They released another one that was 2.5 hours long because it was just a single game that would refuse to end. And it is fantastic.
I didn't actually find that one as funny. Mostly,
Really?
and I do have a reason for it, actually.
Okay.
I have a group of friends that gets together, and we have a game night, like once a month. So I do that. We play Uno a lot. So I've done this in person. So that's not as funny to me.
Okay.
Like, I've been that asshole that Jeff usually is. So, it's less funny with distance, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Fair play. Yeah, but I enjoyed that greatly. Laughed for about 2.5 hours straight and was legitimately exhausted at the end of it. And my throat was even more sore. So, I probably would have been okay by now had I not watched that. So, positives and negatives, I guess. Laughing for 2.5 hours ain't bad. Usually. So, yeah, that's pretty much my week. I've been... Not much beyond that, I don't think. School. Still need to get back to writing. Fucking... Anyway, so that's my week. Patient is typing. I'm hesitant to turn on my microphone right now. One of my roommates burned breakfast or else prepared something with a lot of smoke, and the alarms are responding. I'd rather not blow your ears out.
No, fair enough.
Fair enough. We'll do the anime, and then depending on how long we'll have gone, I assume not. We won't have gone over time by then. We'll get back to you. Cool? Cool. He's typing. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So, the anime for this week was... I need to copy and paste it so I can actually read this shit. Stella something.
It's like up above you.
It is. I'm copying and pasting it so I can actually read it because it's tiny print. Stella Jogakuin Koutouka C3-Bu.
Which is an awkward ass name for an anime.
It is super awkward. Well, it's super Japanese and they're used to long names. We're very, very not. So if we were to translate that, we would absolutely have it in shorter form. We'd probably call it Gun Club or something.
Bullet Club.
Yeah. Because that's what the show is about.
That's what the show is about.
What is
The alarms haven't gone off for a while. I'll take the risk of turning my microphone on here.
Oh, hi, patient.
And they did translate it. The English name is Stella Women's Academy High School Division Class C3.
That's still super.
That's even longer.
Well, easier to pronounce, perhaps.
Only in English.
All right. So who's actually watched the show?
I have not.
Of course
Yo.
you did. Kent, you didn't?
I watched it.
Oh. Slicer?
I didn't, unfortunately.
Yes, I watched it.
Cool. Okay. So, summary of the first episode of this show. So, girl is entering high school, and she goes to this very, very, very fancy academy called Stella Academy, I assume. And she goes there, and she is socially awkward, because that's novel.
Of course she is.
Yeah. And she has trouble talking to people, and goes to her dormitory where she's going to be staying while she's at school, and finds a gun under her pillow.
Damn.
Turns out she's sitting on her roommate's bed, who is currently not at the academy for reasons that we're not entirely sure of. And she assumes that the gun is a prop, and that her roommate is in the drama club or something. Looks through all of the closets and everything, and finds like army fatigues and a lot of Rambo films and things like that. I can't remember whether this happened before or after that, but smash cut to the gun club, as I'm going to call it. They do war games with airsoft guns. And they're having trouble getting members for the club because no girls... It's an all-girls academy, by the way. Because no girls are into airsoft or anything like that. They'd have to be a weirdo.
I was going to say their lack of membership is weird, but you're right. It's a girls' school in Japan, so...
It's a very, very fancy girls' school in Japan. As in, like, everything is fucking filigree and shit. Yeah, so they're having trouble getting members, and they're like, oh, we need to find a weirdo that is into guns and stuff, like us. So one of those club members goes to the shy girl's room and finds her watching a Rambo film, I assume, or a film of a military theme. And she is playing pretend in the army fatigues and with the guns that are actually, you know, airsoft guns and not props like she thinks. Catches her doing that and is like, "Yay! I found a weirdo. No, I'm not a weirdo. I'm a real life weirdo." And it goes on for like about 30 seconds, and it's actually kind of hilarious. So, yeah. So the shy girl gets invited to the club, and there's like back and forth, and I don't really know about this whole airsoft stuff. I'm not really interested. And I don't want to do it. You'll probably do it. And then there's a very common, like, I'm not going to give up on you. You're going to join the club because we think you're awesome and stuff. And she eventually does.
Surprise.
It was more like they tried to bribe her with candies and cake and stuff like that. And
It was. There was a thing where it was like everyone called her by
a different name.
nicknames by which she thought they were just getting her name wrong, and one of them got the name right and handed her a slice of cake. And she responded to that person, and that person assumed that she was responding because of cake and thought she was materialistic, rather than because she actually used a name. So then she later bribes her with cake, because that's how she thinks the mind works.
And then from there, she assumes that at first it's some sort of club where they sit around drinking tea, having snacks all day or something like that. And then when they describe what the club actually is and ask her to join, smash cut to her already having left.
Yeah. So eventually, after all that chicanery, she does join because she wants friends and she wants to fit in and stuff because she sees all the people around making friends and everything and realizes, hey, I should probably do that too. And as a new member, they decide they should have like a war game. And, introduce her to what they actually do as a club. And they play a game that was like it was Rambo something.
War.
Rambo War, yeah. So one girl who is particularly badass is the Rambo, and then the other four of them are deputies or something, yeah. So the Rambo gets a machine gun, and the other ones get just handguns. And they do the war game, and everyone's awesome and kind of badass, and it's actually pretty cool seeing cute girls being badass and awesome in, like, regular, like, realistic ways. That's kind of cool, because, you get that sometimes in shonen series where there's girl characters and they get to be badass, but it's usually in fantastical ways, like they're the mage characters and that sort of thing. But it's pretty cool seeing them be, like, legitimate badasses. And I'm assuming that New Girl is deciding that, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool, and I'm kind of down.
Yeah, at the end of it, she's pretty much reflecting on how she had never expected to see herself as part of it, but here she was about to, and she's sort of enchanted by the whole thing.
And then cut to I'm assuming the roommate at the
Yeah.
firing range, and also being badass. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. I thought it was great.
I found myself entertained. I was entertained. So
Yeah. But real
It was
weirdo.
It was what it was.
Sorry?
Do you think... Sorry.
It was good from what I saw.
Saito?
Do you think you'll start watching it?
Yes.
As just as an independent thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm totally down for more of this. I said that last week about the last thing. I didn't end up watching it and have forgotten what it was called because it was a stupid name. But this one,
The Sacred Stars.
okay, still not going to watch it. But this one I am definitely going to watch because it was legitimately funny and the characters were entertaining beyond being funny.
Echo.
I know. It's Guy.
Is it me?
Yes, it's
For
you.
sure.
Yes,
I
because
could hear it.
because your icon is lighting up every time it's doing it. So yes, it's you. Yeah, so I enjoyed this a lot and want to watch more because the characters are fun. Characters are funny. The concept is interesting. I mean, there's...
That's Kenshi, not me.
What is Kenshi?
The echo there.
Anyway, there's quite a few, I'm not going to say a lot, but there's quite a few shows that are similar in vein to this, like, okay, that was Kenshi.
Told ya.
Girls with Panzer, where, slice of life girls in tank piloting clubs and things. And it's like an international... Yeah, there's a few shows that are of similar type to this. But, this one in particular actually grabbed me, so I'm totally down for more of this.
As am I. Not sure if I'll be watching more of it, but I certainly wouldn't mind watching more of it.
Okay. So, anything else to say about this in particular, Tom?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I guess we'll roll for the next one. Kenji, roll.
Okey doke. All right, children, buckle up. Because we got number 15.
15, that's O.
No, it isn't.
No, it's N, sorry.
Yes, it is. It's N. Numbers screw up everything, I know.
If we put it as 27, it wouldn't be so. 70 is the number.
Alrighty. Okay, children. This is for all the marbles. And Kenshi says, 53.
53. And the winner is... Noblesse, the beginning of destruction.
Okay. So, to quote the plot summary, 820 years ago, Mujaka, the Lord of Werewolves, finally visits Rizel? I don't know whether that's supposed to be Raziel, but that's Rizel, after a long journey. But the werewolf Marduk interferes in a war of human plotting some scheme. Rizel and Mujaka fall into a land of... hand of tragic destiny, fighting with it. This is very flowery prose for plot summary, but okay. Fighting with each other desperately, leaving their friendship behind.
This is not a movie.
This is a movie.
It's 36 minutes.
Oh, it's 36 minutes long?
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically an episode. I don't know. It's up to you guys if you want to include it, but I'm for it.
Of course, I'm also sure this is an OVA.
Yeah, I guess we can do it.
Alright.
So, that's the thing we're doing this week, is Noblesse, the beginning of destruction. Yay. I don't even know what to take away from that plot summary. There's werewolves, that's about all I got.
I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, but I hate werewolves.
Why?
Because they're lame.
They're not vampires.
Exactly.
Well, to be honest, they're just as bad as vampires, really, in modern culture, really. They'll be overused to the same extent.
I mean, if you forget Stephanie Meyer, which, let's be honest, everyone should forget Stephanie Meyer, vampires are still cool. Werewolves? Not so much. I mean, they weren't hurt by Stephanie Meyer, but they weren't helped either.
You know, werewolves are better than vampires, at least.
No, they're really not.
Uh-oh.
A Korean anime, apparently it is.
Fair play.
Damn it, I wanted you guys to fight over werewolves. This is going to be funny.
There's no fight to be had. Guy's just wrong.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
I'm with Guy on this one. Werewolves are not as bad. Then again, they're not as prominent either, so I don't know.
Fucking millennials and their stupid hate of vampires. Didn't watch Buffy.
I watched Buffy. Buffy just wasn't
Then
that
why
good
do you
either.
hate vampires?
He doesn't hate vampires. He said werewolves are better.
But they're not.
No, I don't like vampires either. But
Oh, okay, never mind. He hates vampires.
yeah,
Which is his right as an American citizen.
I'm not an American citizen.
You are in spirit.
No, I'm not.
See, this is what liking werewolves gets you. It turns you American. This is the worst thing ever.
No, it's not, because as far as I'm aware,
Or you're aware of what?
nothing. Okay.
You didn't say anything. You just cut off.
Werewolves are in London, as far as I'm aware.
He's got a point.
Yeah, but those are American werewolves. No one wants those.
Ah,
Like, it's the worst of everything.
I think it's the best of everything.
You would.
There's no better werewolf than an American werewolf.
Fine, you can have them all. Enjoy.
I didn't know they were.
Okay, so looking more closely, it seems that Noblesse is originally a webtoon or something, and the OVA for it is The Beginning of Destruction.
Okay.
Just like I thought. I love being right. I mean, you'd think I get tired of it because it happens, but you just don't.
You keep on cutting out there.
I don't know why. It's pissing me off.
Maybe it just doesn't like you.
Maybe you got a noise gate on your mic.
Maybe. Let me try and fix it. I'm going to mute myself for a quick.
I mean, Oz was a werewolf and he was really fucking lame.
Who?
Oz from Buffy. He was lame. He did literally nothing. And then ragged on a girl for being a lesbian. That's the entirety of his character arc.
Are you really saying that the vampires are so much better on Buffy? They were just random guys that used to come up.
Spike was awesome! And until they neutered him. Then he was comic relief. But he was awesome before that.
Are you basing all of your opinion on where Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah.
It seems like it, yeah.
Yeah. He's got no taste, honestly.
Also being human, but the werewolf in being human was actually kind of cool in a nerdy, wimpy sort of way.
Being human, I've heard of that one before. What was that?
That was the British TV series where a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost lived in the same house.
Ah, yes, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good show until they killed off the vampire. Not because they killed off the vampire, but because there was no show after that. There was no story. And then they made an American adaptation, and it was kind of shit by comparison.
Yeah, it was.
Every vampire has pretty much the same angst, doesn't it? Oh, I live forever. Ooh, woe is me, I am cursed. Cannot love anybody. Blah, blah, blah.
Usually it's more about the eating people thing, but yeah, okay.
Well, no, even in Buffy the Vampire, it was the same thing with Angel, really. That was pretty much his whole romance thing with Buffy. It was pretty rubbish.
Yeah, I'm gonna live forever. Also, I killed a fuck ton of people and was, like, literally called the Scourge of Europe. That was more the focus of his angst than the living forever thing, but okay, whatever.
God damn it, Seal!
Who?
Seal.
Who's Seal?
The dude who made Kiss from a Rose, the fucking song from Batman Forever. Fucking watch that movie, that fucking song stuck in my head. Shut up, Casey. I don't know why I watched Batman Forever, and it was a mistake.
Alright, so we move on to the topic for today.
Do we have a topic for today, or we're just talking about stuff now?
I don't know. I'm cool with either or. You do realize that podcasts go off on random tangents that don't stick to the plan at all the time, right?
Yeah, not even close.
You're welcome, Kenshi.
I'm gonna watch this now.
Yeah. You go ahead. Oh, Jack Black is great. Anyway. What was the fucking topic? It was canon adaptations. It's adaptation. It's where there are multiple forms of canon because a story has been adapted so many times. Like, for example, comics, where there is... Well, there's just a bunch of different adaptations in comics alone. But then you also have the TV shows that adapt the material to different things and do different things with it. And it's about what parts of it you take. Do you take just one adaptation and stick with that one? Do you take bits and pieces from different adaptations and sort of mesh them together so that they fit into a cohesive whole? Speak.
Werewolves are so much better than vampires.
Speaking of what Kate was just talking about, Batman Forever is the most...
Sensitive of the Batmans, he's what he was saying.
Yeah, I agree with Jack Black. Also, he's killing this song. Like, he's killing it.
Yeah, he really is. I need to link that now, don't I? Okay.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
This should have been longer. God damn it.
Well, the reason I suggested the topic was because of what my girlfriend is doing. She's watching X-Men, and like me, she's interested in fanfiction, and so her stuff is more OC-centric, so it really relies on events, canon events specifically, and what you would consider canon. So what do you take from all of the movies that sometimes contradict each other? Like, what do you consider canon?
Right. Well, from a writery perspective, I would say you take all the elements that can fit together and just use all of those as much as you can fit together without it contradicting itself.
Yeah.
Is the approach that I would probably suggest. Maybe?
The only problem with that is that doesn't always... There's not a norm when it comes to doing that sometimes. So if you're not showing an event, if it happens well before your story or your place in the timeline of the story, then you have to basically just summarize what happens. And sometimes you have to summarize a lot. Or you can skip it and kind of assume your readers can keep up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a method of... I've forgotten the word for telling people things and explaining things. Someone help me out.
Exposition.
Thank you. I haven't eaten today. Okay. Yeah, there's a method of exposition where you say, basically, this happened previously. Okay, let's just move on. And just keep going with the plot. And just assume you can explain it as simply as possible and people will just keep pace with it. And just not fall behind. It's specifically something that you should only use if people are expected to be familiar with the material. So, fanfiction, obviously. But, go on.
Counterpoint. What about something like the Legend of Zelda series? I mean, it seems that most games there are in an entirely different world than the previous ones.
See, here's the thing. Someone has already fit them all together into a timeline. And it's somewhat cohesive. So you could just use that and use that as a framework for what happened. There you go. It splits all of the games up into like probably centuries apart, but they're all there in one universe, and they all happened.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean,
those kind of tools are really useful. Those fan-created timelines and stuff like that.
Oh god, you have no idea. The amount of times I've referenced the fucking Naruto timeline to try and write fucking Life of a Ninja, it's ridiculous.
You poor bastard.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You realize that's why I eventually made a story that just threw out the fucking... But you realize that's why I made a story that just said, fuck the timeline. I'll make my own timeline. And I made my own timeline.
Yeah. I mean, if you look into it enough, there will be a way to fit everything together. And chances are, someone has already done that work for you. So, yeah, it's easier than ever to just put everything into one setting and just go nuts. Also, Kenshi, I like that your avatar is now the tattoo that you have. It's cool.
You like that? I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
But what I don't... Go ahead.
Go on, Kenshi.
Okay. What I found interesting did it was Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were all in the same. And they made steps to make sure we realize, especially in San Andreas. I like that.
As far as I'm aware, from 3 onward, they're all in the same timeline. In fact, I'm fairly certain they are.
I don't think there's continuity from San Andreas. I'm pretty sure there is from Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto 5.
4 to 5, yes, but I'm pretty sure there are references to San Andreas in 5. I mean, you can find Grove Street, obviously, because that's on the fucking map, but there are references to things that happened in San Andreas in 5.
I haven't seen any of that.
I'd have to look it up, and I'm not going to fucking do that right now in the middle of a show.
Yeah,
but
don't worry about it.
I'm fairly certain. I might be wrong, and commenters feel free to look it up for me, so I don't have to do this after the episode because I'm not going to fucking do this after the episode. But if I'm wrong, then yeah, mea culpa. But I'm fairly certain that they are in one universe, shared universe between all 5 games.
Anybody got other words?
Not really, unfortunately. We already kind of talked about the one that I had brought up. And aside from the X-Men and various Western comics, which I don't really have anything to do as far as fanfiction goes, I don't really have this issue a lot.
So, I got a question for you. I'm talking to Slicer for this one. When she's writing fanfiction, is it just like she's just doing it like based off the movie, the X-Men movies?
I think she looks up what happens in the comics, like just via Wikipedia, that kind of sources like that, to get a gist of what happens. But her characters are not, they're side characters, basically.
Yeah.
They're rarely in the main events. They're just affected by them.
Well, she certainly picked the hardest fucking way to do it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really read any Marvel or DC fan fiction, to be honest. The problem is there's too many different continuities out of there. I read one where it was all universe jumping and things like that, because they actually had to specify all of the different universes.
Yeah, Marvel is actually probably worse for that than DC, because...
Didn't DC do their whole thing with the 52 or whatever it was, 52 different words or something like that?
Yeah, but DC, there is a baseline continuity for the way things work and the events that are happening.
Yeah.
Marvel tends to play a bit more fast and loose with that.
Marvel does all kinds of spin-off universe. The Ultimate Universe. I don't have the name for the numbers. Universe has a number.
Yeah, I think DC has 52 different universes. Marvel has 666 or something. No, they have more than that. They have like 600,000 or something. Yeah, so it's a bit confusing.
Yeah. That's why you stick to Earth 616 when you do anything Marvel. That's the one. That's the main one. That's the one you deal with. Fuck everything else. It's not worth your time. You're gonna do some just for one-off.
Yeah.
Did you say 616?
Yes.
I'm surprised
Yes.
you didn't recommend 618.
It doesn't exist.
Also,
there's nothing
incidentally, 616 is supposedly the actual number of the beast. Just throwing that out there. It was a mistranslation. Anyway, yeah, DC probably makes it a lot easier and harder at the same time, because DC will actually number the different adaptations of the settings that they have. So, Young Justice is Earth 16. They actually have a naming system for the real world, as in this one, which is Earth Prime, and so on and so forth. They have a numbering system for the different universes and adaptations. I don't actually know what the regular comics one is, so I couldn't tell you.
It's New Earth.
New Earth? Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, but there is an easy way to baseline what canon you're working with, in that sense.
I do like that numbering system. It kind of sucks we don't get a number. Like, I don't want to be Prime. I want them to be like 67 or some shit.
Why 67?
I don't know. I just picked a random number off the top of my head. You want to be known as 69? Planet World
mind.
Universe
I mean,
69?
I wouldn't mind. A lot more fun. Alright, I think we're done with that topic, more or less. So,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So, recommendations? I don't
think
think
so.
Ethan had a question, so...
yeah, so this is actually even shorter than I expected it to be, so that's nice. Yeah,
Are we forgetting something? I feel like we're forgetting something.
Oh yeah, Patient. What he did. If
Oh
he
yeah,
wants to.
Patient, what did you do this week?
And you better make it interesting, because we've stopped for you. So if it's not interesting enough, we're going to judge you.
Don't worry, I'm going to mute Guy so he doesn't have to actually talk to you anymore. Go ahead, patient.
One might think that I would remember my own week, wouldn't one?
Well, we don't, so, you know.
You do remember my umming and ahhing over what I did this week, right?
Well, what I meant was... So, first, most obviously, the Crossbrain has published our longest chapter to date. 50,000, almost 60,000 words.
Now you're just getting outrageous with this.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, that's straight up a small book. I mean, that's really impressive.
We're still recovering from it. We're only barely starting on the next chapter. We've got it planned out, of course, but who's to say when we'll have it released? Did you really laugh that hard at that one comment, Casey?
Yes, I did.
In other news, I've finished the final chapter besides the epilogue of my own story, Changing the Future, so now I'm just waiting for feedback from my 2 beta readers before I publish it. Then
But
that
like
just
finishing a
leaves...
story, a thing that I've never done before.
That's weird.
It'll be nice to have it finally behind me and I can focus all of my efforts on the Crossbrain and the half-baked ideas I have for other stories that are growing more every day. On the note of other fan fictions, are any of you familiar with a series called Skip Beats?
I've heard of it. That's all I know about it.
I'm loosely aware.
Well, I just asked because I found out that one of the girls at my church is a fanfic author herself, specializing in skip beats.
Oh, fair play.
Cool.
Yeah, I got to talking about this bites. She's going to look into it, and she told me at the same time that she is something of a fanfic author herself, aspiring to make a living off of writing. So there's that. I mean, I'm not into skip beat either. I had only ever heard of it, and I still don't know much about it. But for anyone who does, I'd recommend looking up the user Blushweaver on fanfiction.net. Her
One word or
stories.
2 words?
One.
Okay.
Alright, so what else?
Also, Skip Beat looks
Thanksgiving
like
went well.
Skip Beat looks like a really depressing story just on the TV Tropes page. Just gonna throw that out there.
Time will tell, I suppose.
Sorry.
Thanksgiving went well. Enjoyed the time spent at home, and now back at school, back at college for, well, not for much longer.
Finals.
I've got this week, what remains of this week, and then next week, and then after that is finals week. So I've got to study for, I'm not sure if it's 2 or 3 finals. No, it's just 2, all things considered. One of them is just counted as a quiz, 10%. That class, the vast majority of the grade comes from a semester-long project. So yeah, it's just 2 final exams all told. That's nice. Oh, also, I managed to talk a fan/friend of the Crossbrain out of suicide, so that's nice.
Wow.
Okay.
Do we get
on
any
you for
more
doing that.
context there? Or...
Let's not ask for context because that is an incredibly private thing to ask about.
Okay, fair enough.
But good job.
Yeah, it was quite a relief. Aside from that, though, I think that's pretty much everything for this week for me. Just another week at college, another week writing. And I'm hoping that my two beta readers will get back to me soon. According to the docx page on fanfiction.net, one of them has at least received and read it. The other one, I might have to poke a bit to get them to look over it.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Hey, Slicer, do you remember that feeling? Slicer?
What?
Slicer? Slicer? Slicer?
Feeling of what?
Slicer? Slicer?
Slicer,
What?
I was going to ask, have you been doing the Just a Slice videos yet?
Actually, yes. I have one finished recording. I just need to find a software to combine the two video parts. And another one's
decent.
waiting on... Yeah, thank you. I was actually going to ask you. But I have the other one half recorded. The other half depends on me getting friends together to actually play an online session of the game. Now that I have a wireless card that works.
Okay. And out of curiosity, did you find any interest in the game I recommended?
I haven't played it yet, but I do have it downloaded, so it is ready to go.
Well, hope you enjoy it. It might just be nostalgia, but I really love that game.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I think that's it then. Now moving on to recommendations in earnest.
Yeah, so,
Well,
recommendations. Who has recommendations?
I do,
Okay,
I
Patient,
got
you want to
one
go first?
as well.
if I may. Give me a second to... Of course it's not going to come up. This is... I'm not sure how everyone's going to feel about this one. It's something of a parody story. It's a Bleach fanfiction called Don't Judge a Fanfiction by Its Summary. Basically, the Bleach characters discover fanfiction with Ichigo's computer, and they don't experience much of the good side of fanfiction.
Oh. Well, if they're searching in the Bleach section, yeah. I was just there earlier today. It's terrible.
It's essentially it starts with Ichigo and Rikiya and Kon, and then more and more people start showing up for plausible reasons, at least.
I'm going to assume Grimjow, Ulquiorra, and... who else is... Let's just go with the fucking Quincy guy whose name just suddenly escapes me. Because the entire section is basically just boy love between those characters and Ichigo. Just the entire section. Oh, and Byakuya as well. Maybe a little bit of Renji. Yeah, there's a lot of that in that section. A lot. Like a lot. A lot. A lot.
You don't have to read it, you know.
So yeah, it's 40 chapters altogether, 100,000 words. For the most part, each chapter is one fanfiction that they're reading aloud, and there are a couple of good ones, but mostly it's just humor watching the Bleach characters squirm from seeing the reactions, from seeing what happens with their characters and all of that.
So, are they like reading real fan fictions, or is it made up fan fictions?
Made up.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say I hope he asked for permission to do this from the authors first, because that is still plagiarism by the rules of fanfiction.net, so that would not be okay.
Yeah, not really. It was basically while the story was running, the author advertised to his or her fans, I think it's her fans, that she was accepting ideas for topics to base the chapter off of. It started off with some of the more common ones like horrendous grammar abundance, Mary Sue, going from there. The stories got a bit more creative as it went on, and, well, really, I just enjoy it because of the reactions of the characters reading, that's all.
Fair play.
So much fun to watch them react. I love reactions.
Okay, the last comment was a little bit unnerving, but okay. Slicer, you said you have a recommendation.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I've been playing Far Cry 4, and I was curious. I went to the Far Cry section of fanfiction.net.
Oh god,
Didn't
I
find
don't
a
know what
lot.
that would be. Jesus.
It's not a lot, unfortunately. It's what most smaller section are. It's a lot of stuff that isn't great, but I did find one called Reborn a King. It's 46 chapters and 306,000 words, which, wow, for a smaller section, by Havoc038. Basically, canon happens. The main character sides with Sabal, and he overthrows Min. In this one, he actually stabs him, kills him. So there's that. And then Sabal betrays him. He's like, the best heroes are dead, or the dead ones. So he's got a point, martyr, all that. Only after he dies, due to all of his mystical shenanigans, basically, the Wheel of Time actually spins, spins backwards, rather, and he gets sent back to the beginning. So he wakes up in the metaphorical sense on the bus when he first meets Pagan Min. The writing isn't... It gets better, but the writing is not amazing. Characters don't act like humans sometimes. They feel very stilted. But for the most part, it is a very good fic. He joins Pagan Min, as he should. And one thing this fic does, two things, actually, very interesting, is in the Far Cry games, when you think about it with perspective, your character is a monster. Like,
Oh yeah.
not even in personality. I mean in, like, combat ability. You were slaughtering hundreds of people. And if you take out every timeline or whatever, where you screw up an option and you have to restart from the checkpoint, if you just set up a timeline for yourself of successes, your character is hyper competent and just a murder machine.
Yep.
So this fic plays that absolutely straight. Ajay, whatever. He's hyper competent in battle. He knows what he's doing. He's experienced, that kind of thing. And the other thing is the Golden Path, they have a good 40% of their forces are just new soldiers, but 60% is what they call the Old Guard, which is people who fought with his dad and are now committed to just staying at home and guarding their bases and stuff like that. And so the reason in canon the Golden Path were able to make such rapid progress once AJ showed up is because the Old Guard joined and their forces more than doubled. So in this, they don't. And so taking enemy bases, since he's with Pagan Min's faction, is much harder because there are a lot more soldiers. The other thing is, it's never stated by the author, but it's more than implied, is that this Karat is like 4 to 5 times larger than... it's still got the same map, but it's like 4 to 5 times larger than the game version.
Yeah, it's realistic geography instead of just sort of a very, very tiny island that's about 2 kilometers. Well, it's not an island, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Valley, whatever. So instead of having like 8 troops, outposts instead have near 100. So they're a big deal to capture an outpost, much less a fortress, which has, under 1,000. So, yeah, I really like how this is done. It's a bit Gary Stu in the aspect of, yes, AJ is very competent in battle, like to the point of, like,
in
Lelouch,
fairness,
kind of, yeah.
That is canon.
Yeah, oh yeah. So the other thing that I really like is this fic does eventually bring in Jason, as in Far Cry 3 Jason.
Seriously?
And, yeah.
Okay.
They have the the Golden Path has to find a way to counter AJ because he becomes known as the Demon of the North, and it's like, holy shit, we cannot stop this guy. So they eventually kidnap Jason's friends and bring him in, and then they knife fight, and it's the greatest.
Because
it's just
that's a good idea.
two Far Cry protagonists just knife fighting each other, and it's the greatest.
All right, I
down.
don't care if you spoil this. Please tell me they don't kill one of them doesn't kill the other, and they both path now.
Well, in this Far Cry 3 it happened like it's either 2 years or 2 months. I think it's 2 years ago. So Jason is very out of practice. So in their first fight, yeah, Jason loses big time. He loses pretty bad. Not mutilated or anything, but he does take some wounds and has to heal. And then he kind of hardens his resolve, whatever, that kind of thing. And then they actually fight, and it's pretty great. It's pretty deadlocked until other things start exploding and they have to, separate. So I'm just at that part now, so I can't really explain anymore.
I'm actually super down for this. I am probably going to read this.
You do have to put up with like I said, the characters are not great written, but they're good. The core is there. It's just the wrapping. So yeah, that's my recommendation.
I wish I had something, but I don't. Does anyone else have anything?
I do not.
I don't either.
Kenshi,
What?
for shame.
You.
I feel like you probably just insulted me, but I didn't hear it, so I'm okay with it. Yep.
You suck. You suck at life. I'm done with you and the show.
No, you're not.
Quick thing before we end off, if we're ending off now.
Yep, we are.
I have one more recommendation to make. It's not for a fan fiction, just actually for a YouTube channel that I discovered. Basically, it's a guy who does a cappella music for video game tracks.
Smooth McGroove?
That's him.
Alright.
Humming Jesus? He's so great. I love him.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Okay, so recommendation, I suppose, is a bit overdue. If he's that popular, I guess I should just be glad that I found my way to him. He's brilliant.
He does some good stuff.
Oh, yes.
Has a horrifying range, but yeah, he's good stuff.
Alright, so I'll leave it at that for now. Keep my other fanfic recommendations for next week, lest I run out again.
Yeah. Ken knows that feel, don't you, Ken?
You're never going to stop teasing him about that, are you, Casey?
Well, no, not until he gets more ammo for something else.
No. So, I would like to thank everyone for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 156. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel in the comments. Thank you for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 156.
Shut up! I just got out of my head. Fuck off.
Until next time, everyone.
See ya.